Welcome, welcome, welcome. What a day. So I just asked the chat if you want to go over the trades first or if you want to go over everything with Clover first. And it looks like the chat has chosen Clover. The name of that, a lot of people like that last song, I guess. The name of that was I'm Sorry by Swell. This one, right? Yeah, that was I'm Sorry by Swell. Okay, let's talk about Clover first, then we're gonna get into the trades after Clover, I guess. Before I'm gonna literally go over the whole entire Hindenburg report. I'm gonna go over the technicals on the chart right now. I'm gonna break down everything. It's probably gonna be like a 10-15 minute breakdown on Clover. Quite a bit to talk about, obviously. But before I actually like go in and give my opinions on everything, I want to, I guess, talk about the last trade on Clover, right? So let me pull this up real quick. Okay, so real quick, if we come, what was like 2 weeks ago or something? Let me look for it. Was it really that long ago? I've been posting a lot of trades. Wow, it's all the way back here. So this was like the trade from before on Clover. The price was $13.17. Like on January 15th, it got absolutely crushed from $17 to $13.17, and I called the bottom. Posted it right here, and I put this first target of $15.76. It went right to that first target, and then after it hit the first target on Twitter and in the Discord, I actually put out a second target. And the second target that I put out was the exact, literally to the cent, the exact top on Clover before this whole entire move down to what is now like under $13. So the last time I put out a trade on Clover, I literally called it like to the cent. I called the bottom almost to the cent, and then I called the top to the cent. So we'll see, okay? We'll see what happens. I have a lot to talk about on Clover. Even on the chart, there's a lot to talk about. But I guess we should start off with the actual report, right? Let's start off with this. Hindenburg, very, I guess, popular short seller institution, whatever you want to call it. They've been right before. They've been wrong before. It's really just another institution in which, like, yes, they try to bring up points. A lot of the time they have proof for those points, and then other times it's more opinionated. And then aside from that, sometimes they have these reports that are true, but the price still goes up and nothing ever happens. I believe Hindenburg was the big institution behind like the whole entire Nikola short or whatever it was. But again, I do not use me as a source for news. I'm literally an 18-year-old college student, okay? Please do your own research. I'm just giving my opinion based on what I think the situation is, all right? So correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a lawyer, okay? Do not sue me for anything I say. None of this is financial advice or legal advice. There's a lot of tricky things here, so I'm just trying to put out those disclaimers before I even start talking about things, right? Okay, I'm just giving my opinions. That's all I'm doing. So yeah, Hindenburg came out with a report this morning, I believe, and Clover fell pretty hard. Let me go to the chart real quick. It was down 12% today, and it's pretty much been falling since like $17, and now it's like $12.62 after hours. So I'm going to talk about the report, then we're going to go over the chart, and then after I go over the chart, I'm going to be talking about what I'm doing personally. So I'm 18, I'm almost 19, yeah. Okay, so Hindenburg put out the report. The main points, I already read it, like I kind of skimmed through it. I guess I was in class when I was reading it. But the big points that they were bringing up was one, the Department of Justice investigation or whatever. I didn't read too much into that. Marketing issues. By that, they were like, we'll look into it in a second here. And then the other thing was, well, there's kind of bullet points right here. The other thing was like another company that was like Seek Insurance. Yeah, so Seek Insurance, basically they're trying to say, and again, I really did not read through it like super well, but something about Seek Insurance not really fully disclosing that Clover was like behind them or whatever. Just a bunch of there's a lot of things right here. So yeah, let me just try and find some big points to bring up. Oh, the other thing was their technology, like the Clover. I don't know exactly what it is, but their software. Basically, they were claiming that a lot of doctors love it, and then Hindenburg is saying that they're paying the doctors to use their software because, from what I see right here, embarrassingly rudimentary. I don't even know what rudimentary means, if I'm going to be honest. I'm not the best person to be giving everybody this breakdown. I'm just trying my best because this affects a lot of people. But yeah, this was IPOC. It was Chamath's SPAC. A lot of people really had good hopes and still have good hopes about the company. So there's a lot here. There's no way I can literally go through all this. They try to, you know, show proof for everything that they were bringing up. So it's big. It's a big deal. There are points they make that do make sense from what I understand, and then there's other points that they make that are a little bit biased. And I do believe somewhere in here they put out the disclaimer saying, I just saw this on Twitter, but they pretty much said they do either go short, long, or nothing on positions that they report about, so they could be short Clover. I don't know. This is not my decision. This is their institution, I guess. But they obviously, with a lot of things like this, there has to be some sort of bias. A lot of people were saying with how Chamath was, what's the word? How do I say this? Like how he was backing up Wall Street bets and like the whole entire retail traders. There are people claiming that that institutions don't really are like targeting his SPACs or whatever, which again, it's just my opinion. Sure, I don't know. But yes, all of this in the report, it does affect the price, and we saw that today. So before I even get into the technicals, you need to realize the technicals really don't mean much compared to all of this. What matters is how people react to all of the things that were in this article. We saw Nikola get crushed, then we saw Nikola go up a lot. So there's gonna be a lot of volatility ahead. But yeah, if you want to look at the article, you go to hindenburgresearch.com/Clover and you can do your own research there. So that's just like my little, I guess, not really an opinion, but just my understanding of the article and their points that they make. There's a lot here. I can't really go over everything. This was another one. The big one here, that Seek Medicine, right? Where they were like, we don't work for insurance companies, we work for you, was like their, I guess, their slogan on their website, or just like a little creative. And then Hindenburg says Seek is literally owned by Clover Health. They were linking one of the executives' LinkedIn profiles with both the companies. There's a lot that they're trying to connect and stuff like that. So that's like the whole entire report that came out. That's what sent the price down. Let's head on over to the chart, and remember, take everything I say on the chart with a grain of salt when you have news that obviously that overrides the technicals and it lowers the probability of technicals. But I've traded things with short reports before, and I made a lot of money. And I am not at all financially advising you to do that. All I'm saying is it's happened before. Another example, and I don't know if it was Hindenburg exactly that put out a short report on this company, or who it was. I'm not sure. You're gonna have to find that out. If I can locate this one trade from a while ago, I think I must have passed it. Maybe I could just do this. All right, right here. So CBAT. This is also pretty hyped up right now. CBAK is like the ticker. I put out a trade for CBAT when it was $5. There was literally a short report on it, but the chart just looked so good, and I pretty much managed the risk so that no matter what, you would only lose 5% if the trade didn't play out. And just a summary, this trade went 40% in 2 days, and since my buy call, I guess, on CBAT, it went from $5. At one point, it was like $10 pre-market, like last week or something. So I technically outperformed an institution on CBAT solely by using technical, so it did work there. CBAT was actually up today as well, ironically. But again, there's a lot of situations where companies get crushed with these short reports like Nikola did, which I believe Hindenburg was behind that as well. So I'm just giving you the technicals. You take it how you want to. Let's head on over to the charts. We have 70 people in here, but we only have 20 likes. Can we get a few more likes? I'm about to show you guys some things on the chart. We're going to go over the trades. After we finish all of this talk, I'm going to give my thoughts on Bitcoin, and then we're going to go into the tickers in the chat. There's a lot to talk about. So let me show you all what's happening on the chart of Clover. I need some more likes. Be ready for this. Hit the like button. This is not my idea. People in the Discord brought this to me, but it is valid. There's a bullish Gartley on Clover somehow. And if you remember, literally right here, the Fisker bullish butterfly was one of my greatest calls ever. So you know how harmonics can go. Literally last weekend, I put out a trade on Doge with the harmonic, right? Where was it? Literally on, I think, Saturday, like 4 days ago. Doge USD. This one was also a harmonic, and this was pretty much, if you took this trade, you would have doubled your money in 1 day. Yeah, literally right here. In 24 hours, you would have doubled your money if you took that trade. That was also a harmonic. So these things are powerful, but again, it's probably not as powerful when you have literally Hindenburg putting out an article on Clover. So we're still waiting on a response from, I guess, Clover and everybody behind it. So I guess we'll see shortly how that unfolds. Let's head on over to the charts, take everything I say with a grain of salt, hit that like button, and let's talk about it real quick. Okay, let me go full screen. Nope, not that. So you could anchor it a little bit differently. There's like 2 different ways to anchor it and get a bullish Gartley, but yeah, it's there. It is there. You have the golden retrace from X to B. You have the 786 and 1272 at the X to D. And then this A to C is just under a point, 88.6 retrace. So it's valid from what I understand about the bullish Gartley. And you could potentially create hidden bullish divergence on the daily, but you need the MACD to cross over to green. And currently you actually had less levels, or you had more levels of negative momentum on the MACD. So the daily MACD is not great, but I actually looked at the 1 hour MACD. And if we take a look at it, you have classic bullish divergence on the 1 hour MACD, which implies a reversal of the short-term downtrend solely based on technicals. Again, there's a whole entire report out on them, so take that as you want to. But you do have this classic bullish divergence at the PCZ, and believe it or not, literally today, Clover bounced off the pattern completion zone. It did. It went to the pattern completion zone, and Clover bounced at this area because of technicals. Technicals did not make the move down, and Muse is what made the move down, but technicals actually allowed for the bounce. It bounced right here because of technicals. That cannot be argued because it's literally the PCZ of the harmonic, right? So I guess technicals worked, at least just for the start. I'm not showing, like, I'm not saying it's going to go to the targets or whatever, but at least for the start, technicals did work. Okay, that's all I'm saying. And then here's the other thing: this previous resistance, right? Like pretty much the upper half of $11 from like 11.50 to 12 used to be a resistance, and then today you also use that as support, another technical that lined up for the bounce. So the low of the day was 11.86, and then it closed after hours at 12.62, I believe, something around there. And I put out a tweet saying, just being completely honest, I did open a position in Clover. This is not an official trade. Now you might be asking, why, if all these technicals look good and I'm in it myself, why did I not put out an official trade? Well, because I can't put out an official trade when there's all this Hindenburg research and stuff and a potential DOJ investigation going on. I'm just not going to be doing that. So really what it comes down to is, if you want to trade it, go ahead. That's not me telling you to trade it. I've never told anybody to directly buy or sell anything. That's not what I do. I just show you supports and resistances, like literally. But it just comes down to preference. If you're comfortable with the risk of it falling down further because of the news, then probably, wait, what did I just say? I said, all right, if you're not comfortable with the risk of it falling down further because of the news, probably don't trade it. If you are comfortable and you have like a stop loss where no matter how bad it falls, you're only going to lose 5% or whatever your stop loss is, then do trade it. So what I'm doing is I opened a position, I'm already in profit, and if it falls down 8%, I'm going to stop out. I don't care if I lose 8% of the position I put on. I don't care, quite frankly. I made enough on the other trades this week. So I'm just going for it. I like the company for the long term, regardless of the report. I still think their model is good. So I think, based on my personal opinion, and I can 100% easily be wrong, I do think that it's going to be at higher prices one day. It might not be tomorrow, it might not be next week, but eventually I do think so. So I decided to take on this trade. This is not an official trade, and as I just said, the reason for that is because they have a short report out on them. So I'm not going to be putting out an official trade on something that has a whole entire investigation and stuff going on into their company. But this is just what I'm doing. I'm just being completely straightforward, not financial advice. I'm just telling you how I'm trading it. My entry was like $12.15, so I'm up a little bit. After hours, my stop loss is like 11.17, which would just be pretty much, the reason for my stop loss being there is because you'd be way under the PCZ and you would have broken these two little supports, or two decent supports right here. So my stop loss is down there. And then my target, it's just really whenever I feel like taking profits. I'll take profits, honestly, but there's a resistance at 14.20. I'll probably, take some profits there if it gets there. And then I guess around pretty much $15 is what I'm looking for primarily on the swing. But not a trade, just what I'm doing. Just felt like I could share it. And yeah, that's Clover. How long was that? That was like probably like a 10-15 minute breakdown. Hopefully it helps some people. I can't do too much further than that just because there's still a lot of things that are ongoing in the whole entire report. But yeah, that's CLOV. Now let's talk about the market. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's talk about the trades themselves. I don't know. But hopefully that helped in some sort of way. I'm trying my best here. But yeah, I feel like that was all right. Hit that like button if you haven't already. If you're not subscribed, we're very, very close to 1,900 subscribers, so hit that subscribe button if you want to join the free trading movement. And then finally, before we actually do get into the market and stuff, actually, I'll just do it really quick. The S&P actually looks bullish. You have hidden bullish divergence on the daily, and divergence does matter on the S&P. I've called the last 5 moves on the S&P 500 literally using technicals, so they do matter. And you can literally check my calls as proof on the market. So you do have hidden bullish divergence and you created a new all-time high on the S&P. That's great. The issue, however, is the dollar is going up. It's still going up. It broke out of this inverse head and shoulders. It broke out of a falling wedge. And typically when the dollar goes up, at some point in the short term or midterm future, equities and crypto pull back. But again, the dollar could literally just be a fake out right now. There's a lot of fundamental things going on with money printing and everything. So it's not as easy to use technicals on the dollar as the S&P, but you're just kind of getting like mixed variables. Really what that means is just you have to be smart with which stocks you choose to trade. You can make a lot of money trading the right stocks, but if things do pull one day, you just want to make sure your risk is managed, have stop losses, use proper position sizing. But yeah, that's my just mixed variables. There's no direct thesis on the market right now. It can go either way. Bitcoin pulling back a little bit. Since I put out the trade on Bitcoin, it is currently up 9% since I put out the entry. But at one point yesterday, it was up 15%. So Bitcoin did pull back quite a bit. And if you're in the Discord, you probably know why. We go to the 4-hour, there is classic bearish divergence on Bitcoin on the 4-hour. I mentioned this earlier in the Discord today, where you just a little bit you were overbought. You were under this resistance. You could not break over 38k and hold it. You tried to get over it, then you fell back under. You couldn't close candles above 38k, and you have bearish divergence. So you are seeing a pullback in the trade. You could easily come back down to 35,700, the next support, and then bounce there. But just watch the 4-hour MACD. And yeah, that's Bitcoin. It's still fine as long as you're above 34.5k. As long as you're above 34.5k, I guess you're fine on Bitcoin. But you do have some bearish divergence. And if you ever break over 38k and hold above 38k, then you're probably going to see 40k next. So that's crypto, that's Bitcoin. I guess we're going to talk about the trades now. And then after we talk about the trades, we can do chat requests. You can drop some tickers in the chat. Not yet, in like 5-10 minutes. But before I go over all the trades real quick, the person asked me not to share their name, but someone really made my week. Let's go. Gafour, if that's how you pronounce it, with the $5 donation. Thank you. I'm learning little by little from you, champ. You lost 17k in 2020 and still down 11k. Hopefully I can recover all my losses this year and make some profit. Absolutely. I've been down pretty bad before. The worst thing you can do when you're down a lot is think, oh my gosh, I need to make this money back by tomorrow. I need to literally go all in another trade on 100% margin and just go all for it. That's what can literally get your account liquidated. So whenever I'm down a lot, really, I take a chill pill and just give yourself patience, give yourself time to recover. And just try and compound gains day after day. Don't focus on trying to double your account in one day. Just focus on getting 5-10% a day very, very safely for multiple days in a row. And eventually, within a few weeks to a month, you can get there very, very easily. Let me fix the audio real quick. Yeah, thank you again. Really appreciate that. And glad to have you in the free trading movement. So earlier tonight, somebody tipped me $500. I'm not going to say the name because they want me to, but thank you. If you're in the stream right now, thank you very, very much for that donation. And what I really wanted to share is, I'll just read it, I guess. I learned trading off primarily your calls and analysis. I was able to turn $4,000 into 6 figures. I am beyond humbled. That's insane. 4K into 6 figures is crazy. To the person who sent me the 500 earlier tonight, thank you very, very, very much. Really appreciate it, and I am insanely proud of you. You really have to give yourself a pat on the back for putting in the work, learning, doing it the right way. Congratulations on that insane movement in your portfolio. Thank you again very much for the $500. Not even a tip. That's not a tip. Thank you very much for the 500 you sent me earlier tonight. Really appreciate that. But yeah, thank you for. All right, so we actually have a good thing going, right? You guys know when to type vibes in the chat. I used to have to ask people to type vibes in the chat, but now it's becoming this thing where you already know to type vibes in the chat, and I love to see that. We're really building this this community very, very well. So thank you, Salman, Cheddar Freeze, Meg, Friggin' Cards Guy in Hat, William, Shakai, that's how you pronounce it, Mr. J Long 5K, Samuel, E Clayton Coop, Sandeep, and Yellowman and Sapper and Samuel and Ryan for all typing vibes in the chat. Awesome stuff. Shout out to the person who did that. But yeah, we have 80 people in here. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We're very close to 1900 subs, and let's go over the trades. And then after we do the trades, we can go over tickers and chat. Let me breathe for a second. Let me get some water. Is the music loud right now? I think it is. Let's see. Alright, that should be better. Alright, let's go over the trades. We already did Clover, which is not an official trade at all. Fisker actually, at one point this morning, I was sleeping again, but at one point this morning, Fisker went up to $15.73, and then it pulled back. But it did hold a 2% green day. It's above $15. Remember, I've been saying this pretty much all week. Nothing's changed on the chart. As long as you're above 1455 on Fisker, you're fine. There's not much to talk about as long as you're above 1455. And you actually have some 4-hour hidden bullish divergence. Again, if you're in the Discord, you would know about this. If you want to join the Discord, go to the description, and there's going to be a link to my website, freetradingmovement.com. Click on that link, and then the Discord link will be right on the top. So you're going to have to click one link to go to the other link. But it'll literally say Discord. Join our Discord right on the top. You go to freetradingmovement.com. But yeah, Fisker, as long as you're above 1455, good. 4-hour hidden bullish divergence. I think your MACD is back to green. Yep, it's back to green on the daily. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Just know your levels on the chart. This is not my trade. This is Run from Guy in Hat. This trade at one point, I believe he posted it at like $70 around there, maybe a little bit under. At like one point, this trade was up like 13% today, but then it pulled back very, very heavily, pretty much in power hour. I guess it was trying to back test, but you don't want to fall too much lower. That's really the easiest way to put it. You want to hold above 74. You're really not under 74 that much, so you could easily just open up over 74 tomorrow morning, but you want to get back over 74 and hold over 74, and that's the level to watch. Being above 74 on Run is good. Being below it is not good. But 74 was your high from right over here, and if I go, I guess on like the 4-hour maybe, it was like your whole entire resistance area before this move up. So we'll see if that can hold. You still have the bullish divergence on the 4-hour, and the daily is developing. VXRT, a new trade from today that I posted. It's a short-term trade, so we're playing the 1-hour. Very, very rare for me to put out a short-term trade on a 1-hour chart. It's just, I'll explain to you why I put out this trade, okay? You have hidden bullish divergence developing on the 1-hour chart on both your MACD and RSI. If we go to the 30-minute, you had a MACD cross over to green, okay? And this is the biggest reason. This support, pretty much like the upper $8 range support. Okay, so you can just see it, even in the past week or so, $8 is literally the support on the chart. It is the level in which it keeps on bouncing off of, so I'm looking for it to bounce off of that level again, which it kind of did after hours, but we'll see tomorrow. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. And if you really want to look at a higher time frame, if we go to the weekly, look how big this level is, right? Look at the weekly. $8 was your resistance literally from August until last week. It could not get above 8 and hold it. Then last week, with all the craziness going on, it went absolutely insane, all the way to $25. and now it's pulled back to that same level, 8. So you're looking for this support resistance flip. Very, very simple trade. And it's just really easy to manage your risk right here because you know that you want like the 851 level to hold. So the trade is literally down 1% right now. Had a nice bounce after hours. I posted in the afternoon. Immediately the trade, within like minutes, the trade was up like 3%. Then when the trade was up 3%, it went all the way down to negative 4% around close. So it was like a 7% drop. And then later on in after hours, it went back up to $9. So it's only down 1% now. So very, very volatile. Even though it felt like it was doing nothing in the afternoon, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. It's still right around entry. It's only down 1%. So I was a little bit stressed out about it earlier, but now it's only down 1%. So I'm a little bit more calm. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. CPST was up 2.5% today. Again, you have the hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour. Hidden bullish divergence developing on the daily. And you actually broke out today. So I think this trade was posted on Monday. Somebody in the Discord recommended it. And it broke out today. So we'll see if you can get follow through price action tomorrow, or maybe you might back test tomorrow. So we'll see about that. Oh, and another thing, the last 3 Fridays in the market were pretty bad days for the market. So we'll see if that trend either breaks tomorrow or continues tomorrow. Just a fact. Not me calling anything, I'm just telling you a fact, okay? Based on the indexes or the S&P. RMO pretty much has done nothing since the trade was posted. It's pretty much right around the entry. The divergence is developing. You're just looking for a bounce off the $18 range. You don't want to stay here for too long. I mean, you can technically. As long as you're above 18, you're fine. QS was another thing I posted today. It's still right around entry. It was down like $1 and then it bounced a little bit. So it's still pretty much around entry. I posted today, you have a falling wedge. You're trying to hold this support. Look, so 47.26 was your support right here on January 4th. Support on January 5th. And now you're trying to get it back above it and hold it. As long as you're above that general area, you're good. And then the MACD is what really just looks ready to go. Remember, the last time I put out a trade on QS was actually a failed trade. So hopefully it works out this time, but there's no certainty in it. So just manage your risk. But this one is a high risk, high reward. You're risking 17% on this trade, but you're trying to potentially gain 46% on this trade. This is probably maybe the first trade ever in which the stop loss was a 17% stop loss. And it's just pick and choose. If you are not comfortable risking 17%, which most people aren't, don't take this trade. Or what you could do is just tighten your stop loss. You could have your own personal stop loss, like right here, under the 47 level, like 3 or 4% under $47. So you can literally, please do not take on a 17% stop loss if you're not comfortable with it just because I post that on a chart. No, whatever you're comfortable with is what you risk. I just did it based on the technicals because there is a support at $40 and I put it right under 40, and you still get a 3 reward to risk pretty much because you're going for a pretty big move. You're trying to make 46% on this trade. So as I'm pretty sure I said this when I put it out, but it's high risk, high reward, okay? And very rarely will I put out a high risk, high reward trade, but I just think that the MACD looks very, very ready to go with how it's developing and the falling wedge breakout and the horizontal support. We'll see if it's right. If it's not right, just take your stop loss based off what you're comfortable risking, okay? I'm saying that right now. The trade's still at entry, so you cannot say I didn't say it. I don't want anybody saying they lost 17% if it doesn't work out, and then like just because they were blindly following. No, you have to make your own decisions, and if you're not comfortable risking that, do not risk it. Okay, I want to make that extremely, extremely, extremely clear because I know we have some newer traders in here. Boeing was another trade. When I posted it, I said, and I also said it very, very clearly because there are some newer traders. Remember, the way to read my trades is where the red and the green box meet. It's the entry, this little gray line. The top of the green box is the target, and then the bottom of the red box is the stop loss. Just based off technical levels and trying to get a 3 reward to risk, right? So when I posted it, it was actually above the entry, and I said, wait for an entry. And 2 hours later, it came down to the entry, and I alerted the Discord that I was at the entry. So that's why you don't literally mark it by the second I post something. You have to click on the chart and see where the entry is if you're following it, if you choose to follow it, because nobody's forcing you to. And then I alerted the Discord when it got to the entry. So you were waiting for the dip, and you got the dip. You have hidden bullish divergence, which is confirmed on the daily as of today. And on the 4 hour, I think you had something else, right? Yeah, you have classic bullish divergence on the 4 hour. So we'll see what happens with Boeing. What else do we have? XL. Yeah, there's a lot of trades out right now, so this is taking me a second, but as soon as I'm done with it, we can go over take a request. And yeah, we'll talk about Solo as well. XL is currently only up 7%, but at one point, literally today, this trade was up 16%. So it fell a lot. This trade did fall quite a bit. But again, it was up 16%. So if you want to take profits there, you could have. And when I posted the trade, this orange line was on the chart, the resistance. It didn't hit it exactly, but it pretty much got up to that resistance and then pulled back. So it wasn't that much of a surprise that it pulled back at the resistance, although it is a little bit surprising that it pulled back like 9% at the resistance. It's been a little bit difficult, but the trade overall is still up like 7%. As I said on Monday, because when I posted XL on Monday, it went up 12% in the first hour of the trade. And if you're in the Discord, literally when it was up 12%, I said look for a pullback right here because it was at a resistance. And then you did get a pullback right when I said that in the Discord. So actually when it was up 12% on Monday, I took profits on my call options. So I'm still chilling no matter what on that one. EQOS had a nice day. Shout out to Mr. Travis Scott in the Discord for this one. Trade is up 12%. Very good day. It bounced off the support, hitting bullish divergence. So far, this trade is going perfect. It did pull back at one point today, but then it bounced again. So far, EQOS going very well. It's pretty much all it's done is go up aside from like one pullback. So that trade's up 12%. X was the only failed trade this week so far. It was a 4% loss or a 3.5% loss. But if you listen to the stop loss that I showed on the chart, you would have saved yourself from losing another 6% because it went down 6% more after the short-term stop got hit. So that's that. And yeah, that pretty much goes over all the trades. Bitcoin is also another trade we already went over earlier. And then Litecoin. And Litecoin's pulling back because Bitcoin's pulling back. Welcome to crypto. Let's look at it. You still have the hidden bullish divergence on the daily. On Litecoin, the trade is currently up 10% since the entry, so you're still up 10%, but it was up 20% yesterday. So yes, big pullback on Litecoin, but you're still up 10%. I actually did take profits on Litecoin when it was at like this there, a little bit around over there, but it depends on Bitcoin. So we'll see what happens there. And then we're going to do one more thing, one very, very important thing before we get into the ticker request. You know, I always have to bring this up every single night on stream. It is the most important stock in the world. It made me a millionaire today. Okay. Oh my gosh. Solo broke out today. Let's go. So it's like a joke from a couple days ago on stream, basically. I pretty much said I don't like how the car looks. And that'll never change. I think the car looks like an egg. It has a top speed of 80 miles per hour. It takes 9 hours to charge the car. It's way too expensive for its specs. I don't like the car at all, okay? But, if you were in last night's stream, I looked at the chart. You cannot say I didn't. I literally looked at Solo's chart last night on stream and I said it looked good. Okay, you can go back on to last night's stream. The proof is still there. As much as I don't like the car, whenever I'm looking at the charts, I'm unbiased, okay? I'm always unbiased on charts. And I showed that there was, in fact, a double bottom at the bottom of the range. There was a double bottom, and you had 4-hour hidden bullish divergence. So the technicals looked good going into today. I don't know if there was a catalyst, but the technicals looked very, very set up for a breakout, and you got the breakout today. Yeah, I was actually all in Solo. I bought one whole entire share of Solo for $8. And thankfully it worked out. I made a whole entire $1 in profit, so I might get a McChicken tomorrow or something with that money. But that was just kind of like a joke, whatever. Yeah, sure, I probably could have bought more than one share of Solo. I was just doing it as a joke. I did not know that it was going to go up 16% the next day when I bought it at $8 and something, but it did. But whatever though, I made a lot more than 10% on other trades this week, so I'm not tripping about that. But yeah, that is Solo. Technicals looked good and it had a nice move today. So I feel like we've covered everything I could have covered. We covered Clover, Bitcoin, the stock market, all the trades that I put out. Everything's covered. Now we can move into the chat requests and the ticket requests. We have 73 people in here, so it might be a little bit crazy tonight. So I'm gonna have to speed through these, which means if you request a ticker in the chat, there's not a 100% chance I'm gonna be able to go over it because there's 70 people in here. And also if you request a ticker in the chat and the chart literally has no data on it, or the chart is just like a straight line up or a straight line down, like it went up 30% or it dumped 50%, I can't do much for you, okay? Because I need a consistent chart to do what I do best, and I don't like showing everybody BS or giving a BS answer. If I don't know what's going to happen to the price, I'm just going to say I have no clue and I'm going to move on. I'm looking for probability, so don't be emotional if I skip your chart or whatever, okay? It just comes down to where I can help out and where I can't help out. I cannot help you out when something's up 300% in a day. So yeah, let's go over the tickers. And keep hitting that like button. Thank you very much for the 55 likes. Hit the subscribe button. Let me see how many subscribers we're at before we get into this chart run, or look at all these things. And if you want to send me a tip or buy some why can't I? It's right here. Okay, if you want to buy some merchandise, or if you want to send me a tip, that is the pinned comment in the chat and the first link in the description. So we're currently at 1,872 subscribers. We are 28 subscribers away from 1,900. And we hit 1,800 like 2 days ago. So that's insane. Thank you all so much. Let me breathe again. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so I'm just gonna type all of these in, and then I'm just gonna run through them. MRO for Christian, CCIV, whatever this is. I already can tell that this is not going to be something I can analyze. CVS. I think CVS was looking good. I don't know. I feel like I remember that from somewhere. Wait, there's going to be a lot of ticker requests, so if I really can't give you an answer, I'm just going to skip it, okay? Do not take it personally. I'm just trying to get through as many as possible and look for things that give me probability. If I skip it, it does not mean that the price can't go up, it just means I don't know. Yeah, NAT. If you watch Mitch Ray's stream, it looks good. I actually own NAT, yeah. We'll see if it works out. Alright, that was like 30 tickers. I'm just playing. The thing is, I might have added some things. Just remind me if I missed one, because if I add a ticker to my watch list, but it was already on my watch list, it's not going to show up at the bottom, and I'm going to forget it. So if you just requested something in the chat that was already on my watch list, I might forget it. So just remind me if I didn't look at it later on. So let's start with MRO. I don't remember when I charted this. I feel like it was like yesterday or something, but I guess there was hidden bullish divergence. It was out of support and it's running up, but you never got the pull back down to like a good entry for risk to reward. Yeah, I mean, the chart still looks good. It's just, I mean, the MACD looks good, but you're in the middle of a range. So it's kind of like a 50-50. Will it come back down to the bottom of the range to maybe double bottom? Or will it just continue going up? It's like a coin flip. Well, maybe not a coin flip because you do have divergence that could help you out, but I prefer things closer to support so I know how to manage my risk a little bit easier. Unless you're going for much higher targets. There's not enough data on this chart for me to analyze. ALE is also in the middle of a range, but you do have some hidden bullish divergence on the daily. Even on your RSI, I'm not going to chart it, but alright, whatever, I'll chart it. Alright, so you have daily hidden bullish divergence developing. And yeah, you have 4-hour hidden bullish divergence. So there's a lot of hidden bullish divergence. Kind of like, literally like MRO. A lot of hidden bullish divergence, but you are in the middle of a range. CVS pulled back 1/3% today. Doesn't move too crazy, but it's just, yeah, this one's also in the middle of a range. I don't remember when I charted this, but if I charted it back here, great. I don't know. I'm just starting to like lose track of when I chart specific things. But next support on CVS kind of looks like 71.32. NRBO is way too gappy, not enough volume for me to really give you an answer. Apple, let me fix this. Apple looks pretty good. You have some, I think, Class C hidden bullish divergence where you have the same level of negative momentum on a higher low. Apple looks pretty decent, but it is right under the $138 resistance, so you do need to break over 138, which was your previous all-time high from September 2nd of 2020. If you break over 138, you could probably retest 144, but that's a make or break area on Apple. CRBP, let me go on the daily maybe. Nice rounding bottom, and you actually turned 265 into your support. Where is this from? Oh, so it was like a support before. So 265 is your support, and then next resistance is like 341. It's very, very volatile. A little bit hard to tell if I'm being honest. See what Fibonacci level you're at. You passed the 1618. Oh, your 2618 also lines up around like 330-ish. So support is literally right under you, and then it could make a move up further if it holds the support. Tesla is just in a range. We looked at it last night. It's just like a multi-level range. If it breaks above 900, that's bullish. If it falls below 800, that's bearish. Literally super simple, but it's right in the middle. It's at 850, so it's like right in the middle of that range. No divergence on the daily on ARC. I'd say your support is at like 106.31. You do have a gap fill. This is an ETF, so I'm not too sure about how the gap fill would work. And I'm not too sure about, I don't really know if technicals mean a whole lot on this chart. It just doesn't, it wasn't a very nice channel. It broke out of the channel and it went up again. A little bit hard to, I don't see a pattern or any divergence, so I don't really see any technicals there that matter. Hidden bullish divergence on CLSK on the daily. Yeah, nice hidden bullish divergence. Looks like you're trying to get above $30.64, which was your resistance from right over here in December. If you can break it, then you could probably retest these areas up here. And then your next support is around like 2650, and that you have like a gap fill there as well. Yeah, so there's a gap fill to 2657. Zine, way too volatile for me to really give you an answer. Well, you have a support, okay? You have a support at 433. And yeah, I guess you have a resistance at 480. So I can give you two levels. Also, your 200-day moving average is there. ERI. Hidden bullish divergence. On the daily. Looks like your support should be about $15, and then resistances would be 18.16 and 19.30, give or take. I kind of zoomed out when I charted them, but give or take on those. But I don't really know if this is like, it's not a great demand line. Maybe like a channel. Let me try and see if it would be an upsloping channel. I don't really know where your top line would be, but this is definitely your demand line at the bottom. And you're above that by a lot. Earnings are coming up on PRI. Alright, so that was like the first round. Let's type in the new ones. ULGN. But yeah, keep hitting that like button. Let's get to 70 likes. We got 70 people in here, so no reason why we shouldn't have 70 likes. If you want to buy some merch or send me a tip, that's the pinned comment in the chat. Shout out again to the person who sent me the $500 donation earlier. That was awesome. Really awesome. Trying to fix the stream stuff right now. Okay. So we got Canoe, QLGN, some tickers from Guy in Hat. Why is that not typing? What are you doing? Alright, let's take a look at these. Guy in Hat says Canoe is developing a bearish Gartley at 1860, but it could continue on. UPD, I feel like I know this from somewhere. Thank you for dropping the link to the Discord, Braden, really appreciate that. I'm so new to this, just starting to learn any tips. Yeah, watch the free course on my channel. Just click on my channel, youtube.com/championvibe, go to playlist, and then it'll say free trading course from beginner to advanced. Watch that whole 10 video course. GLSI. Alright, so we're going to start off with QLGN. Your support's like $3.18. Honestly, your resistance area is, let me do that. Your resistance area is probably something like this. Let me, like that-ish. $25 donation from friggin' Cards, let's go. My man, thanks for everything you do and for getting such a great community together. Vibes, absolutely, we got vibes over here. Friggin' Cards, thank you very much for the $25 donation. Keep crushing it. Appreciate it. Let's go. QLGN. This is like your weird area where it used to be your support, but now it's turned into your resistance between like 378 and really like if I'm being honest, like even up here, like this whole entire area is just like a very big resistance. Like until you get really over 4 and until you hold over 4. A new. I never put out that trade, so let me delete that. I mean, nice movement. I think Guy said there's like a bearish Gartley. I'm not too well versed in bearish harmonics, and I usually only focus on the bullish ones, but definitely could be. It was up 15% today. You did get a MACD crossover on the daily. So, I mean, I could just do support and resistance right here. Your next resistance would be 20 bucks. Yeah. MAC. It looks like you did fall under support. That's my only thing. Your support to hold was like pretty much $13 at least, and you did close under 13. So I would wait for this to get back above $13 because that is it used to be your resistance right over here, and it was your support right over here. So you definitely want to get back above 13. Did I not switch my Wi-Fi? Great. Hopefully it's not laggy tonight, but keep forgetting to do that. LUMN, some hidden bullish divergence. There are so many charts right now with hidden bullish divergence. What is going on? So yeah, you have some hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour. Not anything on the daily. Oh well, you are holding this previous range. Okay. So this used to be a very big resistance range. Now you're trying to flip it into a support. So as long as you're above $11, you're fine on LUMN. Palantir, a lot of people like it here. I think a lot of people might be just talking about this hidden bullish divergence developing on the 4-hour. And yeah, it's holding this support. Look, 3120 used to be your resistance, or it was your high on December 8th, and now it's becoming somewhat your support. If you can hold it, you could definitely get a common retrace yet again. Otherwise, if you break your major support would be 2921. But let's see how that divergence develops. EPD. Yeah, some hidden bullish divergence. Actually confirmed on the 4-hour. We go to the daily. You also have hidden bullish divergence. It's like a little bit weird with how the islands are separated, but yeah, you do. Right? Yes. What did I just do? Okay, let's see. Looks like your support would be $20.26, and then these could be resistances right there. Guess another one like right here maybe. Yeah, that's perfect. Wow, go figure why it topped out at 23.54, because it used to be your support over there. Interesting like movement. You could probably just manage your risk something like this. I guess just go for the top and then throw your stop loss under that low. You get a 3 reward to risk. You could manage your risk like that. It's tradable for sure. GLSI, not enough data on the chart for me to really do anything with. Looks like well, I like the MACD, believe it or not, even though there's not much on it. I actually do like the MACD, how it's moving back towards green. And then as long as you're above 33 bucks, you're fine. So that's GLSI. But yeah, thank you very much for the 62 likes, but we need 8 more, okay? 8 of you have not hit that like button, so make sure to do so. We can get to 70 likes real quick. If you're not subscribed, let me check how many we're at right now. Trying to fix this. All right. Let's see how many subscribers we're at. We just got 3 more, so thank you to the 3 new subscribers. Oh, we need 25 more subscribers for 1900. Hopefully we can get it in the next couple of streams. Alright, that was GLSI. Let me see what I missed. SRPT. Friggin' cards vibes. Tattooed Chef. MRO. Didn't we just look at MRO? Yeah, we did. We already did look at MRO. Pretty sure. That was one that Christian said, maybe. Nova. AMPH. CRX for Sapper. Did we not do CRBP? I don't think we did. No, we did. We did do CRBP earlier. Okay. So let's start off with that one. How do I use the VWAP? I just use the VWAP as a support and resistance. Like literally. Same thing with the moving average, right? Moving average basically just simplifies the price over time. There's like some sort of equation to like where it divides it by something, I believe. And then the VWAP is the volume weighted average price. Doesn't really work that well on high time frames, but I do use it for like lower time frames if I'm looking for like intraday moves. Typically breaking over the VWAP, right? If you're under the VWAP and you break over it, is bullish, and then breaking under the VWAP is bearish. If you're over the VWAP and then you fall under it, that's bearish. Just kind of like a support resistance that moves. Same thing as your moving average. They all have different equations to how they work, but I use them like the same way. They're just support resistance areas on my chart. Like the moving averages, like the VWAPs, like the Bollinger Bands. There's a whole bunch of things. Fib levels, actual price support resistance levels. SRPT got crushed. I don't know why it gapped down like that. There's probably some sort of news. I mean, it's not bad, this little pattern right here. Maybe like some ascending triangle stuff going on. Even though it's not typically where you would see an ascending triangle, usually it's like a bullish continuation pattern. But that would be your demand line, this green line right here. Tattooed Chef. I never put out that trade, but it probably would have worked out. Yeah, you have classic bullish divergence on the 4 hour that got confirmed. Next resistance is like $26 or so. And then your support's like 22, so you're in the middle of a range, which makes it a little bit hard to manage your risk. Yeah, you're just in the middle of a range between 22 and 26.50. Nova. Hidden bullish divergence. Kind of. There's a couple weird islands in between, so kind of. Not on your 4 hour though. I like how it is above 45.50. Next resistance will be 48.72. If that breaks, you're probably going to see 54.72. So those are your resistance levels. Support's kind of like 41.42, so you are a little bit away from that. So your short-term support is 45.81. If that breaks, then your next support is 41.42. Then your resistances are pretty much 49 and 55. AMPH is very weird looking chart, kind of. Looks like your support could be 624, but this is very, very volatile and gappy and weird. There is a gap to fill at like $8 or so, which would also be around your 200-day moving average. So I feel like you're actually currently at a resistance, 776. So what's your high right over here? What's your high right there? Kind of like your high over here. If you break this resistance, you could fill the gap to, and again, I don't know how much matters on this chart, but you could fill the gap to $8.15, I believe. That was KMPH. CRX. We already did CRBP. Let me fix this real quick. Okay. CRX. I skipped Walmart. Yeah, I did. Did I add it? That was the thing, like, as I was saying before, if I already had a ticker on my watch list, even if I type it in, it won't be added to the bottom of my watch list because it's already in my watch list. So that's how sometimes I skip a few things if they're already there. So just remind me whenever I do that. If I type it in and I don't look at it, let me know. Walmart, this trade failed for sure. This was from like 2 months ago or 1 month ago or something. So that trade did fail. And it broke out of the ascending triangle. You do actually have some classic bullish divergence on the daily if you're ignoring this little island in between. And then no divergence on the 4-hour. Looks like your support is just like 140. And then you're actually at your resistance right now, which is like well, your support's like a little bit lower. Your support is like 139.33 and your resistance is like 142.66 on Walmart. So CRX, it doesn't pop up. There's no ticker for it on TradingView. We already did CRBP, right? Did we not? Let me see. Yeah, we did. Sorry, on my watch list. Okay. BSKE. Yeah, we can do that. Had a good day today. Good job, Christian. It never, I think it gapped up this morning, so it never got to like the entry that I made last night on the stream. But if somebody bought it right after it gapped up, you would be up like 5% or so. That the divergence is moving nicely on the daily, and then I'd assume you actually confirmed it on the 4-hour. But just remember, you're testing your first resistance, right? 564 is your support right here. Now you're testing your first test of time on the SKE. SMH, are you shaking your head or do you want me to look at the ticker? That's actually a ticker. We can take a look at it. You wanted me to look at that. UWMCs are on my watch list. Earnings, right? I don't know how their conference call went today, but it fell a lot. I actually, I made profit on this. I bought UWMC at like pretty much this price. I bought like $10.40 earlier in the week, and then I sold it yesterday right before the market closed at like 11.40. So I made like a 10% trade on that. I typically don't hold things through earnings. It's nothing personal. It's just, you know, I'd rather take profits and let the stock go up more without me than not take profits and have it go down like UWMC did. So I did take profits on it. It was in a resistance area, even though you are still creating hidden bullish divergence on the daily. So as long as you're above $10, you're fine. But I still think that for the long term, this is a value area. For the short term, I'm not sure. SMH. Crazy run. Very crazy run. Supports would be like between 221 to 224. And then you do have some hidden bullish divergence on the daily for sure, which implies a continuation of this crazy run. It's like an ETF, I believe, Vectors, that's how you pronounce it. You even have hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour, yep. So you have hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour and daily. You had a double bottom at 224. You could easily retest to the previous all-time high up here, but you are in the middle of a range for now. So we did UWMC. I think I have caught up almost. We need one more like for 70 likes. So if you did not hit that like button, go for it. That was UWMC, BCRX, HOL, GSAH, TGC. We already did look at the DXY cheddar freeze. Yep, yeah, we covered both of those. The dollar, basically, it's breaking out, but just remember the fundamentals of money printing. And I don't know about the SPY, but we looked at the SPX, which looks good, believe it or not. Even though the dollar looks good as well, which is not very common. Usually, one of them looks good and the other one looks bad, but they both look good right now, which is just like mixed variables, okay? I can see the market going either way. But yeah. TGC, CLX, Orox. We can do Snow. Sure, we can do both those. Those are both on my watch list, so sure. We did KMPH already. Yeah. VIX. All right. So Snow and HRTX are both on my watch list. I had a very good overnight trade on Snow earlier this week. I made like, I think like 70% profit or something like that on Snow calls earlier in the week. Shout out to Mitch Ray for this one. As long as it's above like $300, it's fine. And then on daily, you have confirmed hidden bullish divergence. I believe this was a bullish Gartley or something like that. 76. Yeah, pretty much like a bullish Gartley. And then what was the other one? HRTX. I think this is also maybe a guy. Yeah, it's definitely a guy in hat trade. I believe it's not my trade, but I think I already took profits on this one. I've been taking a lot of early profits lately, which is kind of weird. I usually don't do that, but I don't know. It's just like I'm getting into these trades and they're playing out quicker than I anticipate, and I just take profits and I find another good trade and I just roll my money over and just compound and compound and compound. So yeah, nice demand line on HRTX, hidden bullish divergence. It still looks good. You even broke over 1943 and you back tested it as support. As long as you're above 1943 on candle closes, you could continue to see this run. So it's trying to flip the previous resistance into a support. We'll see if it can continue to do so. But you are at a common retrace, right? From previous high to previous low. You got the golden retrace. I could literally eye that and I could tell you're at the golden retrace to the upside. So it could do some fun stuff at the golden retrace. We'll just have to see. React to whatever does happen at this level. If it can't hold over 1943, you could take profits early. If it can't hold over it, you can go for the eventual targets, which would just be like this upper $21 zone, whatever around there, which is a pretty big resistance area. So that was HRTX and Snow. We already put in GIX. Oh, we didn't do CCIV yet. Apologies. And then VGRO. Vanguard. So CCIV, it's just been going crazy. I mean, this is not a pattern. If you look at maybe like the 30-minute or something, you could probably find a pattern, but eyeball the golden retrace. Yeah, I mean, if you do it long enough, I can pretty much eyeball the 0.618 retrace, the 0.886 retrace. Yeah, probably those two. The 236 and the 382 are a little bit hard to eyeball, but I can eyeball the 618 and the 886, which most people don't actually use the 886, but it works very, very well. So add it to your fib nodes. CCIV major support like $27 or so. That's really all I see here. This is not a technical play. It's a catalyst, fundamental, potential, lucid merger play. That's what it is. So I missed out on this one. I'm continuing to miss out on this one, but I'm making a lot of other profits elsewhere. So I used to get crazy bad FOMO, but I don't really get FOMO anymore. Something is going to be going crazy every day, and you're going to be missing something every day, so you don't have to try to catch everything. But for those who are in it, it's been doing very, very well for those who are in it for sure. Oh yeah, we still have a lot more to do. I did add VGRO, now we got to add PANA. Where did I leave off? I think I left off on SMH. So BCRX is trying to backtest a previous resistance as a support, it looks like. Yeah, look, it was even your resistance right there. You're trying to backtest your previous resistance into a support. Next resistance is like pretty much like 1090. After that, 1270. No, 1270. So these are levels on the chart. Oh my. That's literally support and resistance for you, okay? I literally just went all the way back here. Okay, I went all the way back here and I showed you that 1270 was a big resistance from 2014, 7 years ago. Then I came back all the way to the current price and look where it topped out at. Pretty much right around there. So for people who were just FOMOing into this and buying the top, they had no clue that they were buying at a resistance. But if you know how technical analysis works, you would have realized that this is a big resistance area, and that's where technicals really help you. They might not call the moves up, but they can tell you how much the move will be and how long it can take for that move to occur. So that's literally historical data from 7 years ago playing out in the short term. So always scroll back on your charts. You probably see me do that on most of the charts I look at, unless I'm only looking at like a short-term pattern. $9 is your support. If you stay above 9, you're fine, but you don't have a pattern, you don't have divergence. HOL, there's not enough data. It just went insane. And I don't know, charts like this, I can't do much with, if I'm being honest. Just not enough, I can't really do anything with that, right? Kind of obvious why, just not how I trade. Same thing on this one, I mean, for people who get it, you get it. For people who don't, I'm sorry, I can't do anything there. CLX, you're in this, I guess you're in the support range, like the 191 to 194. If you break this support, this thing can fall all the way to 180. That's just your next support. So, I mean, just like this area between like 182 and 180. So, right now you're trying to hold 191. This is a big make or break area for Clorox. I don't know. There's not much of a pattern or divergence. It's trying to catch a falling knife entering right here. You could be able to make some profit, but it's not like the highest probability. JX, not enough data for me to really do much with. The MACD did look good, but then it broke the 200-day moving average. I'm not too sure. I don't really think technicals matter here. BGRO, hidden bullish divergence on the daily. It just broke out today again. A lot of other indexes. I mean, this is Vanguard, so yeah, it's just, what is this? All-time highs? Probably just use Fibonacci levels here. As long as it holds above 29.74, your next target would be 30 bucks, which is 13 cents away. After $30, your next target would be, let me extend this a little bit, 30. This moves very, very slowly, wow. So $30 and then $30.30, as long as it's above 29.74. The ANA is not enough data and way too volatile. There's not much. I mean, if you really want me to do something, your resistance is $12 and your support is $10. Looks like a SPAC, a very new SPAC. Probably just depends on what the company is. Bots. Mitch Ray is the person I learned all this from on YouTube. Bots broke support. I'm not a big fan of what it's doing right here. I mean, sure. Could it randomly just have a 10% day because it just dropped like crazy? Absolutely. But this is not something, like if you see a chart like this and you're a swing trader and you know technical analysis, you just move on to the next one. Because it just does, you don't want to compromise. Why would you want to be completely guessing, trying to make money, right? You want to get probability in your favor. So if it goes up, as Mitch Ray says, like if it goes up without you, who cares? Go find something else that'll go up in which you can manage your risk and know how to play it, rather than guessing how to play it. But yeah, don't take that the wrong way. I'm just saying, like, for educational reasons, if something is a straight line up or a straight line down, and you're trying to learn what I'm doing, then you don't trade it. But there's other ways. There's momentum trading. So if you're a momentum trader, you could do that. But if you're here to learn how I trade, whenever I see something that is literally a straight line down or a straight line up, I just move on to another chart because I'm looking for those consolidation ranges before those crazy moves, right? What happened when it broke this resistance? It went crazy. What happened when it fell under this support? It went even further down, right? So you're looking for those types of variables. So just some education, I guess. Moderna does look like a cup and handle guy in hat. Wow. So I put out this trade on Moderna. It was a 18% profit trade on Moderna. I put out like 3 weeks ago or something. If you would have never sold, you would have been up 52%. So, wow. We could delete that. It does 100% look like a cup and handle, which is crazy.
We played together on that island.
And then you get the handle. It'll be something like, I'm just gonna draw. It would be like that, right? Yeah, cup and handle. If you break over 177 and you hold above 177, you're probably gonna see at least 200 bucks. But you need to break 177 and hold it first. SRNE. I have a lot of levels charted, but How did I chart every single level here? I don't think I've ever traded this either, probably just from stream. It looks like you might be in like a pennant or a symmetrical triangle. Yeah, it's really gappy, so I don't know how much it matters, but why am I drawing on the chart? Okay. Probably just looks something like this. I don't know. Would you anchor like this, like this? It's just kind of weird. But it's looking like it's about to have a big move to either the upside or the downside. So it just looks like you're getting some consolidation after a big impulse movement. And you're probably going to see another big impulse to the downside or to the upside. 50-50. Yeah, keep hitting that like button. Thank you very much for the 72 likes. We still got 50 people in here. Appreciate that. If you want to send me a tip or buy some merchandise, that is the pinned comment in the chat, right? I'm wearing the FTM shirt right here. Got the mouse pad. Check it out if you want to. This is going to be my last round of ticket requests. Then I guess we can just do trading Q&A to end off the stream. I want to start doing that more. We did it last night and I think it was really, really helpful. I think, you know, rather than me just breaking down the chart for you, I think me answering questions about how to trade actually helps you more so you can do it yourself. So after the last ticket request I'm going to do... Oh, we didn't do NAT? Sure. This was requested a while ago, so... Mitch Ray showed this on his stream yesterday. Major double bottom. It didn't do anything today. Major double bottom, and then classic bullish divergence on the daily. You have this supply line. If you ever break it, your next resistance would be 372. And then I'm in this trade. This is just how I'm playing it personally. My stop loss is like right under $3, I guess. I did enter a little bit high. I probably could have waited today for a better entry. I just kind of, I think I bought it like right around open or something. So I'm down just like a little bit. Literally I'm down. I entered at 322, I'm down. It's at 316, so I'm barely down. Alright, also breaking out of a longer term downtrend channel. Or something about like this. I could definitely see that, yeah. I don't know if I'm looking at the same thing as you. Maybe you're talking about like that. Great look, Iron Hat. Wow. I'm actually put this in the Patreon later tonight. Good look for sure. I mean, and again, you're just learning because not even I did this, but a lot of the time what you want to be doing on your charts is zoom out to see the macro trend, and you're literally noticing that it's trying to break out of a macro downtrend. So good job, for real. That was NAT. Did we do this? CERS. It's in a big resistance range right now. Pretty much the upper half of $7 is a pretty big resistance. If it breaks over it, you could probably see 886 again. There's no resistance until then. Right? Yeah. And then next support, probably right here. So literally your support is $7 and you're in a resistance range currently. So I'm not too sure how... What is this song? I'm not too sure like how it would be, how you would manage your risk here. You could probably find a way, but it is currently at a resistance, so make or break area. Yeah, NAT moves slow. Oh, how you doing, Scrooge? Hopefully you had a good day. Yeah, blue also looks good. Didn't Johnson & Johnson have like news come out or something? Thought they did. The chart's very 50-50. At this point, I have no clue where it's going to be going next. Rolls-Royce. All it's pretty much done for what, like years is fall? Like literally all it does is just fall. It falls, consolidates, falls. Look, consolidate, fall, consolidate, fall, consolidate, dump. Consolidate, dump. Run back up, consolidate, dump. It just goes down and like, I feel bad for anybody who's invested in Rolls-Royce, but you're trying to, I don't know. I have no clue on this one. Johnson & Johnson applied for emergency approval of their COVID drug. Vroom's been going crazy. Was it up again today? Yeah, it was up 7%. Wow. I'm 2 for 2 on Vroom. The first trade I put out on Vroom, I think, was like a 25% profit or something. That was like 2 months. It was back here. This whole entire run, I called it on Vroom. It was a very nice move. And then literally like 2 weeks ago, I put out a new trade on Vroom, and that was also a successful trade. 14% profits. The target got achieved, I think, Monday or something. And it's continuing to go up. You're at the 43.28 resistance though. So you are back at this like little resistance range right here on Vroom. Look. Used to be your support, now it's your resistance. If you break over this range, like you could see a very different trend occurring. And it kind of looks like a higher low double bottom maybe. But we'll see. RR is the real ticker for Rolls Royce. Okay, thank you. AZN. Didn't they have like didn't they buy a company or something? There was some sort of big news that happened a couple months ago with this stock. I kind of remember it from something, like a trade or something. I feel like it was... No, it's not it. There was some sort of thing. Okay, that makes no sense, but I don't know, maybe one person understands what I'm talking about. About Alexion, yes, that's exactly what I was talking about. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate it. That's what I was talking about. And then it gapped up like crazy that one morning. AZN, as long as it's above 49.71, you're good. I think you're saying you're playing it more for like a fundamental or catalyst play. Goose has also been going crazy. Oh my gosh. It was up 22% today. Are you joking? For those who were not here at the beginning of the year, like literally a month ago, I put out a buy call for Goose when it was 30 bucks pretty much, and it's currently $43. So it was a very nice 21% trade, and then it literally hit the target of the trade. Look what happened. All right, I posted it right here. It hit the target of the trade, then it dumped, then it went back up, and then I don't know what happened. Probably some sort of news. It just gapped up 22% today. So, and look, it topped out at 45, which was your resistance right here. So there's a lot of technicals at play, but I don't think it would have gapped up without... Oh, there was earnings today, so that's probably why. Alright, well, this will be the last one. I know I skipped a few. I just... how long have I been live for? I've already been live for like an hour and 20 minutes. It's almost like my normal stream length. And I still want to do a Q&A at the end, so... I know I'm skipping some. Sorry, I can't get all of them. I try my best to get as many as possible. But, Doge, yeah, we can look. I'm only going to be looking at Doge because somebody just asked and because Doge went crazy today. So it just makes sense to look at Doge. Well, now it's pulling back a lot, but if you were around during the weekend, where is it? Why am I looking at that screen? Where is it? Come on, right here. I put out a trade on Doge. It was 95% profit in 24 hours on Doge this weekend. So it was a great trade, and now, wrong one. And then it created another bullish Gartley, the third bullish Gartley in a row. Mitch Ray showed this on his stream. It created a bullish Gartley on February 1st, so that was 4 days ago. After it hit the PCZ of the bullish Gartley, it just went sideways for a long time. Then it broke out very, very quietly yesterday. And just a few hours after it broke out yesterday, literally perfect timing, the technicals looked good. And then Elon Musk tweeted about it like super late last night, and then it just went crazy again. And it went up to the 6-cent resistance, right? It's already on my chart. It went up to that resistance and then it pulled back. It looks like you're creating a new resistance right here at 5.3 cents. And your support is like 4.5 cents. But I'm not trading Doge anymore. It was a very good trade over the weekend. I'm just I'm gonna let it do what it does for now. Remember, Doge was 1/3 of a cent just months ago, and now it's 5 cents, so very crazy run. So yeah. Alright, I think that's gonna be it for the charts tonight. I feel like I've been looking at charts literally, well, I have been looking at charts since I woke up, so I'm kind of done with charts for the day. So 45 people in here. If you're still in here, we could end out the stream by like a little Q&A like we did yesterday. So if you have any questions about anything trading related, drop it in the chat right now, and I can try my best to answer your questions, whether it be technicals, fundamentals, options if I know the answer to your question, crypto, whatever I know the answer to, I'll try and give you it. Yeah, if you have anything that you wanted to ask that you don't know about yet, let me know. What's a CPA? I'm not too sure what that acronym is. Oh, we got a lot of snow up here. I was shoveling snow today. It was like 2.5 feet or something. Certified public accountant? No, we have like a family accountant, I guess. So I just have to give all my forms and stuff, I believe, and then I'll be good. But oh no, I'm not excited for my first tax season. It's actually, I don't think there's any reason why I can't say this. I believe. Yeah, no, it's fine. It was crazy because literally, the first trading day of the year was a huge day for me this year. Thank you very much for the $10 donation, Sandeep. Appreciate that. Thank you for all the tips you've been sending. 12 feet, that's a lot, Bob. You're locked in your house, I guess. I don't know. That's crazy. How? 12 feet of snow? My biggest day of the year was the first day of the year. I think the first trading day of the year was like, whoa. Was it like January 4th or something? That was, what was it, the ABC move? Yeah, it was January 4th. January 4th was the first trading day of the year. So, my account on the last trading day of 2020 was at a lower level. I'm not going to say the number, but it was at a lower level. So, I believe I'm paying taxes this year off of, like, my last year's profits. But then, literally on the first day this year, is when I like tripled my account from last year. Like literally, alright, I don't know why I'm taking so long to explain this, but like the end of December, final trading day, my account was at a certain number, and then literally the day the market opened up, I believe my account tripled. So I believe I don't have to pay that full amount because it literally happened right after 2020, and I'm paying my taxes for 2020 this year. But I'm gonna have to pay those taxes next year, if I'm not mistaken. I literally know nothing about taxes, so do not take that as advice. But I think I got saved by one day for paying a big tax amount this year. I believe. Hopefully. I don't know. I'll figure it out within the next month, I guess. What was I gonna... Oh yeah, ABC. Let me see what day that was. But shout out to Guy and Hat on this one. This one was like literally everything. Oh my gosh, the flag, the support, the MACD, the RSI, the Bollinger Bands, the moving average. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I still have to obviously pay taxes on them this year, but I won't have to pay them until next tax season. Not this tax season, but next year's, right? Because I'm going to be paying my 2020 income. I mean, my 2021 income in 2022, right? Oh yeah, there was like a Gartley or something. So... yeah, so basically what I was trying to say with that whole entire situation is the profits that I made on the first day of the year, I don't have to pay until next year, I believe, right? That's how it would work, I would assume. But if I'm wrong, I'll figure it out. Don't worry, I'm not saying I'm going to be doing anything weird with my taxes. I'm just telling you guys what I think happened. What day was it that it just went insane? Oh, it was like 2 days. Okay, so it was January 6th. Alright. So it was like the the first Wednesday of the market this year. I realized the profits on January 6th, 2021. So my account tripled on January 6th of this year. So I believe that I can actually wait till next year to pay those taxes, right? All right, we were supposed to do a Q&A. Let me scroll up a little bit and let's get some questions answered. All right. What do you look for when deciding to do an option trade? 2 scenarios. Either 1, a chart like this, which literally has every single thing you're looking for. Shout out to Guy in Hat. A chart like this, which literally is insanely bullish. And then scenario 2, a chart that just moves super slowly, like ABT, right? So this is another one. It typically, like, look, it moves pretty much like 1% a day. But the chart looked so good. But if I'm playing a chart that looks insanely good, with common shares and only moves 1% a day, it might take me like a month to make like 5% on that trade in common shares. Even though it's just always going up, it's only going up a little bit. So I kind of use options to leverage those positions, things like, you know, Pfizer, Walmart, ABT that move extremely slowly. So either something that looks really good on the chart, or something that just moves very slowly, and I want to leverage my position to make more money off of a little move with a high probability. How would you recommend managing money when you plan on investing around 2K? I don't know if I can answer that question honestly. It really just depends on your risk tolerance and your time frame in which you want to get returns. How much money is a good amount to start with? What percentage gain is a good number to aim for? Again, those are very subjective questions. You know, I can't really say like an actual figure, because for some people that could be a little bit, for some people that could be a lot. So it just depends on what you're comfortable with. And again, percentage gains. Some people are happy with an 8% return every single year. Some people want hundreds of percent returns in a year, and they're risking more to get those returns. So it just really just comes down to preference and what your trading style is. How is the best way to find a point of entry from a falling wedge on the demand line of the falling wedge? Let me think of a falling wedge chart. Maybe Nikola had one, I believe. I put out this was a while ago. Yes, okay. And this one, it really didn't even develop that much. It didn't even come down to like that part of it, but the best areas for entries, in my opinion, are at the demand line. Because if you're buying right here, then you're comfortable, right? Because look at this, right? If somebody was buying the breakout on this pattern, it was a fake out. Because about half of the time that something tests a breakout, it doesn't break out. So the people who were breakout buyers literally got destroyed on this candle. They immediately were down 3%. And then it had the fake out. And then what happened like 2 days later? It broke out and it went absolutely insane. But for the people who were buying it at the demand line of the pattern, when it got up to that point, they weren't like, you know, sweating and saying, oh my gosh, it needs to break out right now. Oh my gosh, it needs to break out. No, they're like, all right, if it breaks out right now, great. I'm already in profit. If it doesn't, who cares? I'm still in profit. So the people who got in over here were chilling, even when it didn't break out there. It came back down, then they were even on the trade, right? Because they entered right here. So they were even on the trade again, and then boom, went insane. So I prefer to be entering at the demand line of patterns, not at potential breakout points. So I can be more comfortable and I can manage my risk by using a support. Yeah, we can go over scanning. How do you use the Bollinger Bands? Again, just like, you know, you just kind of use them as supports and resistances, right? Where the upper Bollinger Band would be a resistance, the Bollinger Band below you would be a support. So, you know, the moving averages, the VWAP, the Bollinger Bands, you can pretty much use all of them as like a support and resistance. Yeah, so scanning, sure. Give me a second here. So this is the website I use for scanning. There's a lot of websites you can use. Like for example, if you go to my website or our website, freetradingmovement.com, and you go to tools, I literally give a whole entire list of scanners: Tradytics, Yahoo Finance, and Finviz. Right, those 3 ones. But this is the one I like the most. This is Tradytics or Tradytics. It's a little bit. I'm not 100% sure on how to pronounce it, but this one has so much. It just has everything, right? It's much more than just a scanner. You have just like a market outlook, the top losers, top gainers of the day, sectors, performance. You can't really see it because my camera's blocking it, but like right there, sectors. Upcoming earnings. Why can't I speak? You have how options are looking, how crypto is looking. You also can see what social media is talking about right now. They're obviously talking about AMC and GameStop. Based on Twitter, and I believe also based on literally Wall Street Bets. You can literally see the Wall Street Bets daily top chatter. You can see what Wall Street Bets is talking about. Then you can also go to stocks, look at charts. You can see the block trades, like the big transactions that are taking place on stocks, dark pool prints. Pretty much like the same thing with options. There's just so much data here. I mean, look at this. Like literally all this data. I am using the premium version right now, but this is another big one, the options flow. You can see options flow. You can put in different things like the premiums, the strike prices, the stock price, the expiration date. You can literally scan for options on this one. You can also use their algorithms that give you just like quick little reads based on algorithms. I don't know the exact calculations. And again, you can toggle all these settings. You can even do upcoming earnings, bullish, bearish. And again, these are just like technicals. Just because it says it's bullish does not mean 100% the price is going to go up. It's just probability. It's based on algorithms. It's all a game of probability. Same thing, not only with options, you can use their scanners for stocks. Again, just probability. It's not certainty that all of these are going to be going up. It's just based on however it's calculated, whatever technicals they use or how that works. And then they just have like an actual scanner where you can put in things like divergence, downtrend, uptrend, support, what I just click on. So yeah, you can put in your minimum volume. Like one thing that I use quite a bit is I just go with this. I put in 500,000 minimum volume. I do MACD divergence, strong downtrend, and there you go. And then I look at these two. So yeah, just because you click on MACD divergence does not mean 100% there's going to be divergence. You still need to bring the tickers over to TradingView and then verify that yourself manually. But again, these are just probability, right? That's what all scanners are. It's just probability. They're trying to use algorithms to find you the things that you're looking for, and then you have to go confirm them yourself. That's how they work. It just helps you layer in things, right? But yeah, if you want to check out this website, go to the link in the description, freetradingmovement.com. When you get to the freetradingmovement.com, you can join our Discord. And if you want to see how to get to this website, you go to tools and then you click on Tradytics AI right there. Okay. So yeah, make sure to check out the website if you haven't already. The free course, books to read, accounts to follow, my trades. You want like the direct link to my trade sheet where you can see the timestamps and stuff. So yeah. All right. I had a call with the person who runs Tradytics. We have 44 people in here. If I can get you all a discount, would you be interested in getting the premium version? Let me know, okay? I mean, there's still the free version and it works very, very well. It's just with the premium version, you get a lot more things, right? Like all these things with stars, you only get on the premium version. There's some things over here, like I don't think you can see the live options flow. I don't know about that exact one, but there's certain things that you can't see with only the free version, and the premium version gives you it. So I actually had a call with the person who runs this, and we talked about potentially doing like a coupon code or something for people in the Discord. So I can actually message the person who runs this website and see if I can get the free trading movement a discount code for the premium version. All right, for sure. I'm gonna message the person right now. Premium just gives you access to more things. Like you see all these little like things that you can click on the side. Not all of them are available for the free version. So like half of these are available for only premium. So you can't see like certain things. I don't remember which ones because I haven't had free for a minute. But oh my gosh, that's so funny. Give me a second. But yeah, it just gives you a lot more options to use, and also when you're using the scanners, it gives you a lot more indicators to pick, like all these ones with the stars on them. It just gives you more things. MACD crossover, I think, is for free. Yeah, I believe you can use that for free. Irizada says you look like the guy from Karate Kid. I'm literally watching that show right now. I think I know who you're talking about, like the main character of the show. Yeah, I mean, the show's awesome. I'm gonna take that as a compliment, but I don't know. Show's great. I really enjoy the show. It's a little bit corny sometimes, but the acting's alright, and the plot is really good. It's really good at, the show's really good with the cliffhangers. Like at the end of every single episode in the show, it's just a cliffhanger and you need to watch it. Like I'm like almost done with the show. I'm on the last episode of season 2, and then I have season 3. But yeah, I heavily recommend it. I started it literally last Friday. How much is appropriate? I'm not sure, but I'll try to get everybody here a coupon code regardless. So yeah, thank you all for coming out tonight. I think that was a great stream. Hope you all have a great night. Hope you all trade safely. This is the final stream of the week, so I'm not going to be seeing you until Sunday night. So have a great weekend as well. And yeah, thank you. Insane support tonight. 80 likes on the stream. Wow. Well, we need one more like to hit 80 likes. So if you didn't hit the like button, you could be the 80th like on the stream. Yeah, I'll get back to you guys about the Tradytics coupon or whatever. But if you go in the Discord, there's literally a channel called Tradytics where you can actually type in things like these right here. Look, Discord bots, right? You can literally use, so you see these tools right here, like what is it? The options droid. You see this little options droid, right? So this is like the actual options droid on the website, right? You can actually use this inside of the Discord if you join our Discord. So if you join our Discord, you literally get access to this. You can just type it in the Discord channel. You type in like whatever one you want to type in. There's literally like 20 different options. You type it in and then it'll show up literally within the Discord. So you can already use that for free. I don't see what question you asked earlier. Still not sure how much percentage of my total cash to allocate in each trade and if you should increase the amount after a winning trade and lower it if a losing amount. Again, that really just comes down to preference. Typically, if your account's growing, that means that so would your trade size be growing as well, because you're doing the, for example, if you have an account with $100,000 in it and you're doing $20,000 a trade, when that account gets to $200,000, you would be doing $40,000 a trade, right? Because per trade you're doing 20% of your account. So as your account grows, the positions grow. The amount that you trade on each position grows, but it should be consistent. You know, you should have proper position sizing, which means just because you think one chart is more bullish than another, you do not put 50% of your portfolio into one play and then only 10% of your portfolio into the other one. You want to have proper position sizing so that you can manage your risk properly, even if you're wrong or right. E. Clayton Coop with the $20 donation, really appreciate it. Thank you very much for that. And all the support you've been showing. You're like literally a day one, so I appreciate everything. But yeah, hope you all have a great weekend. Trade safely tomorrow. Let's close out the week strong. And let me get the stream copyrighted real quick. How do we copyright this stream in a good way? Oh, this is a perfect song because the weekend's coming up, right? All right, all of you, peace out. Have a great one.
got a little bit of money filling my pockets. Roll around like I run and shit. I got a system filled up with toxins. I've been broken hearted, now it's fuck that bitch. Getting how to deal with my problems. Fucking bitches getting drunk and shit, but these bitches getting obnoxious. It ain't nothing to me though, I love this shit. Go long days, longer nights. Talk too much, the wrong advice. All the lights that call my life. Doctor, will you help me? Get me healthy, keep it low, that's where hell be. Ain't shit you can tell me now. Fuck this rap shit, but I'm selling out. Ooh shit, my new bitch, you jealous now. Smoking weed at the crib, watching Belly now. All the pain that they causing, like fuck it, we ballin' out, everything straight. You feeling the feeling, I'm chillin', just living, I'm getting away. Conversations we having, I'm getting through static, too much on my plate. Lord, I need me a break, but I'll be good by the weekend. Yeah, I'll be good by the weekend. Yeah, everything good by the weekend. Yeah, everything will be good by the weekend. By the weekend. We going out tonight, yeah, we going out tonight. Like fuck it, we going out tonight, yeah, we going out tonight. Fuck it, we going out tonight, yeah, we going out tonight. It's a weekend, we going out tonight, yeah, we going out tonight. It's a weekend, I've been having trouble sleeping, battling these demons, wondering what's the thing that keeps me breathing. Is it money, fame, or neither? I've been thinking about the places that I frequent, all the people that I see. I'm tired of living decent. What do it mean to be a G? Yeah, and all the time we fall behind. Bitches in the concubine, I call them mine. Crazy, and God is I make water, wine, pause, and time is coming. They often hate me. Never will I walk in line, I cross the T's and dot the I's. Wondering how I got this high. Fell asleep and forgot to die, goddamn. I'm popping them downers and drinking them pounders. Faded, get it over the counter. I'm stuck on the browser like how did I make it? This bitch that don't know me, this shit is so lonely until she get naked. Don't even know what the day is, but I'll be good by the weekend. Yeah, I'll be good by the weekend. Yeah, everything good by the weekend. Yeah, everything will be good by the weekend. By the weekend.
Mondays I think of you, but I ain't tripping on it. Tuesdays I'm hitting you, gotta get my hands up on ya. Wednesdays I'm lit with you, you know you're staying over. Thursdays I'm sick of you, I got to get rid of you. 'Cause Fridays are always the start of the time of my life. Alright, when I get faded, you hate it, but baby, it's gone.